Today, I want to share with you not formulas, not equations, but the fragile and yet astonishing story of life itself, my life, and what it taught me about the universe we carry within. I am not here to impress you with the complexity of black holes or the equations of cosmology. I am here to tell you my story, a journey that began in an ordinary world and was brutally interrupted by extraordinary events. This story is not only about science. It is about survival, resilience, and meaning. It is about how to live when life tries to take everything away from you. I was a young man, restless, curious, fascinated by the mysteries of the cosmos. I dreamed of equations that would bind together the laws of nature, of stars exploding, of galaxies dancing in the infinite silence. But just as my vision was beginning to take shape, life struck me with a blow I could not calculate. I was diagnosed with a disease that doctors said would steal my muscles, my voice, and my future. They told me I had only a few years to live. Imagine being told that everything ahead of you is about to collapse, just when your mind begins to touch the stars. At first, despair seemed logical. The mathematics of my situation pointed to one conclusion: the end. But life is not just mathematics. Life is mystery. I had to decide whether to surrender to the inevitable, or to live as though the universe itself had entrusted me with the task to keep searching, to keep asking questions, even when my body was failing me. That decision became my first great discovery, that even when you are trapped in the prison of your own body, your mind remains free to explore infinity. My body was weakening, but my imagination was expanding beyond the boundaries of time and space. As my physical world shrank, my intellectual world exploded outward into the infinite. I learned to see in equations what others saw in sunsets, to read in the patterns of mathematics the silent poetry of creation. Black holes, singularities, the fragile arrow of time, these became my companions. While others looked at me with pity, I looked at the stars and felt only gratitude. Gratitude that I could still think, still imagine, still push my mind to the edges of the unknown. The first truth I wish to share with you is this: limitations are illusions, painted by circumstance but shattered by will. We cannot always control the conditions of our lives, but we can decide what we do with them. I was told my body would betray me, but my mind learned to soar. I was told I would fade into silence. Yet through technology and persistence, my voice has traveled farther than I ever dreamed. Do not measure yourself by what is taken from you. Measure yourself by what you dare to create with what remains. The second truth is about love and the power of human connection. Science gave me a framework to understand the universe, but love gave me a reason to remain in it. It was love that carried me through despair, love that raised me when I faltered, love that reminded me that equations, however elegant, mean little without someone to share them with. You can be brilliant. You can reach the stars. You can win every argument with reason, but without love, your life will be a hollow calculation. Cherish those who stand beside you, for in the silence between heartbeats, they are the true constants. The third truth is about time. I have spent my life studying its nature, chasing the mysteries of its beginning, contemplating its end. Yet beyond the equations, I have learned a simpler, more personal lesson. Time is the most precious resource we possess, and it is always slipping through our fingers. Every second matters, not because it is guaranteed, but because it is not. When you wake each morning, do not waste your hours living someone else's dream or hiding behind fear. Use your time boldly. Imagine more, risk more, love more. The universe is vast, but your moment within it is fleeting. Make it count. And finally, I want to speak about death, not as an end but as a transformation. People fear it as the great silence, but I see it as the final equation, the closing of one chapter so another may unfold. What matters is not the inevitability of death but the intensity with which you live before it arrives. I should have died decades ago, but instead, I have lived many lives in one: scientist, dreamer, father, voice for humanity. Death will come as it comes for us all. But if you have lived with courage, curiosity, and compassion, then you do not truly vanish. You remain in the ripples you have created, in the lives you have touched, in the sparks you leave behind for others to ignite. So what do I ask of you, those who listen to my voice today? Not to fear the unknown, not to wait for the perfect moment, not to surrender to despair when trials come. Instead, I ask you to look at your limitations and see beyond them, to fall in love not only with people but with the mystery of existence itself, to spend your finite hours as if they were a treasure chest, each coin precious and irreplaceable, to face the certainty of death with the certainty that you have lived fully. Stay curious, stay unafraid. Let your imagination leap beyond the walls of circumstance. For in the end, the true measure of life is not in how many breaths you take, but in how many universes you dare to explore within the brief span of those breaths. Stay hungry for knowledge. Stay foolish enough to dream. And never forget the stars are not just above you, they are within you, waiting to shine. The universe is not kind, nor is it cruel. It simply is. It does not conspire to favor us or destroy us, it invites us to participate in its grandeur. What you do with your brief moment of consciousness is up to you. Will you waste it complaining about the limits placed upon you, or will you turn those limits into a canvas for greatness? Remember, even the most fragile flame can outshine the darkness if it burns with purpose. To those who doubt themselves, I say this: intelligence is not the privilege of the able-bodied, nor is creativity reserved for the fortunate. The mind has no limits except those you choose to believe. I typed entire books with a single cheek muscle. If I could shape ideas into reality under those circumstances, imagine what you can do with the freedom of your body and your voice. Do not let excuses define you. Let vision define you. And to those who fear the unknown, embrace it. The greatest discoveries are born from uncertainty. We did not know what lay beyond Earth, yet we dreamed and reached for the stars. We did not know what would happen when we split the atom, yet we learned both the danger and the possibility it carried. I did not know how long I would live, but I chose to live as though each day mattered. The unknown is not your enemy. It is the birthplace of wonder. So here is my final plea. Do not waste your life living small. Do not waste it pretending you have endless time. Do not waste it conforming to the expectations of others. You are alive in a universe where stars are born, galaxies spin, and consciousness itself has awakened to contemplate it all. What greater privilege could you possibly have? When I look back, I see not the wheelchair, not the illness, not the countless struggles. I see only the vastness of what I was allowed to glimpse. The birth of black hole theories, the unfolding mysteries of quantum gravity, the laughter of my children, the support of colleagues, the simple joy of existing. That is enough. More than enough. So live as though you, too, are part of something vast, because you are. In your brief time, you are the eyes through which the universe sees itself, the voice through which it asks its questions, the hands through which it shapes its future. That is a sacred responsibility. Treat it as such. Stay curious. Stay unafraid. and above all stay alive to the wonder of existence. For though our bodies may falter, though time may claim us, the ideas we ignite, the love we give, and the courage we embody will ripple far beyond us. Stay hungry for truth, stay foolish enough to chase the impossible. And when you look up at the night sky, remember, you are not merely looking at the stars. You are looking at the reflection of your own potential, burning brightly against the infinite dark.